Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all of the love on my first cash stuffing video. I will link that somewhere if you haven't seen that yet, but thank you so much. I really appreciate the community and everybody just commenting and, you know, just saying we're on this journey together. It really means a lot. I really wanted some clear envelopes. I'm like, okay, I want this, I'm gonna go buy it, but this is a new year, we're all on a budget, so I decided to make my own clear envelopes. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys what they look like. My dog is barking, I had to pause. So here's what they look like. These labels could be better, clearly, but I'm just working with what I have, and super affordable, no lamination clear envelopes. So they're not as pretty as the Etsy ones. There's some bubbles and things like that, but I'm going to show you guys how I made these without a laminator and clear ones. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe for future cash stuffings and little hacks like this that I find all along the way. So thanks for watching. Okay, so what I used for the actual envelope portion are these thermal laminating pouches. So I don't have a laminator, clearly, but you can still use these to make cash envelopes without a laminator. So these were $10 for a pack of 20. Yes, for a pack of 20. Sorry, it's like really hard to get this all in the frame. But these were $10 for a pack of 20, and I took that out of my personal envelope because I really wanted to try this out and see if it worked. The next thing that I used was a straight edge cutter, so I can cut the sides of the envelopes to be straight. Of course, if you don't have this, you can just use some scissors and cut straight lines. Okay, so to get started, you're gonna grab one of these, it's not gonna focus on this, one of the laminating pouches and start cutting this way. And you can either use scissors or the straight edge cutter that you have. But I'm going to start by cutting the width of this, and I'm cutting it horizontally so I can get 3 cash envelopes out of one sheet. So the length that I used, or sorry, the width that I used was 3.5 inches. And actually what I'm gonna do is, before I start, go ahead and trim the edges so that the corners are straight. Okay, so, all right guys, so now what we're gonna do is cut the width of each envelope. So this one, the width that I used was 3.5 inches. So 1, 2, 3.5, and we're gonna cut that. And there's 1. And then we're gonna take the remaining and just do that again. Three and a half. So then you have 3 cash envelopes. And yes, they look a little bit long because we're gonna actually cut them. So the length that I used was 6.5 inches because I really like, you know, I don't like them too big, but that's a comfortable size for cash. So 6.5. There's 1 cash envelope, and that's what it looks like all cut out. And if you wanted holes on the sides, don't worry, we're gonna I'll show you how to make that one in just a second. So these are the 3 cash envelopes that we're working with. Please excuse my kind of dirty white desk underneath here, but these are the 3 cutouts that we're gonna be using. So the next thing that you're gonna do is grab another full laminating sheet from that and open it up and grab your cash envelopes. So you want to go ahead and open it up and put the matte sides on the outside. So that ensures that when you actually make the cash envelope, they won't stick together and they'll actually be envelopes. So matte sides on the outside, and then you'll know the matte sides on the outside because when you move it around together, it's very easy to slide, versus the matte side, you can't slide it at all. So that's what I do when I want to check, like, oh, is this the right way? So that's the second one. And if you want your cash envelopes to have holes, make sure that you leave a space on this paper, either above or below the envelope, so that you will be able to punch holes in it after, which I'll show you how to do. So that side is right there. Perfect. Okay, so now that your envelopes are in the laminating sheet, the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna take an iron. So what you always want to do, whether you have an ironing board or not, is put this sheet inside of an old t-shirt. So I don't have an ironing board, so I'm going to put a towel down and then I'm going to slip this inside of an old t-shirt. But whether you have an ironing board or not, always put it inside of a t-shirt. I'm just going to take our cash envelopes and I'm going to put them inside of the t-shirt right here and then close it up. It's kind of a cute little setup. Make sure everything is smoothed out so you don't have any bumps or anything when you go to iron it. So I'm going to take my iron, and the first envelope that I have at the bottom is horizontal. So I'm going to take this and just press it down and hold it down for about 30 seconds. I like to move it around a little bit, but I'm going to be holding this on here for about 30 seconds. Okay, so here's our cash envelope. So for the first one, the edge is going to be this side over here. So we're just gonna cut these apart, being careful that you don't cut any of the envelopes open when you are cutting them apart. And I'm going to cut the top side that I want because I'm gonna leave this for the hole punches. And if you don't want hole punches, you can just cut this as close to the envelope as you can without cutting into the envelope. So I'm gonna do the opening right now. I'm just gonna cut a very small little edge in there. Oops. So then now the envelope opens up. And that is your clear envelope. So now I'm gonna trim the sides as close to the envelope as possible without cutting the envelope because we don't want the sides to open up. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this end piece for the hole punches be 1/2 inch. So right there, 1/2 inch. Okay, so here's what the envelope will look like. Here's the edge, and then it opens up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones really quickly. So I actually have this 6-ring punch from Michaels. This was $7 and I had that 20% off coupon. There is 20% off in store and online until the end of January. But if you don't have one of these, you could simply use just a single hole punch and space those out. Great. Perfect. See, I did that one a little higher. It's okay. It's all good. So those are your 3 cash envelopes. I'm going to grab my wallet. So this is what they look like with the money in it, and you can obviously make the labels so much prettier than I did. But you do see some bubbles in these originally, but as you can see, they have kind of gone down. I made these yesterday, but the bubbles have gone down a little bit. So I'm just gonna take some money out of a grocery envelope and stuff it in there so you can see. So 20, 20, 20. Okay, so here's one. Oh, let's not stuff it upside down. But I don't know what it is about clear envelopes, but I absolutely love just the aesthetic and just the simplicity of it. But I didn't want to spend all my money right away. So this is what I started with. Here's the 3 envelopes. And then I'll just put them in my wallet. So as you can see, these are a little tall for my wallet. So what you can do if you want them to be a little bit thinner, you can just trim the top because there's plenty of space in there. But it still does zip up perfectly fine. But here we go. Here's the finished product. There's the 1 that I made, the 2, and the 3. And then those are the ones that I made yesterday. But I think these are super awesome, super fun and simple without a laminator because I was really dying to have these clear envelopes. But you can make them without a laminator. All you need is laminating sheets, an iron, and that's pretty much it. And then you can decorate the labels however you want. But I thought I would share that with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below to tell me what you think about it. and if you try these out. But I hope to see you guys soon for another cash stuffing video in the near future. Thanks for watching.